I teach conservation ecosystem management at Lilydale Lakeside campus of Box Hill Institute. This project is about restoring some connectivity of habitat. Some habitat was lost in some storms, and there's also a lot of weed disturbance. So the students are learning how to do a restoration and what's actually entailed, and hopefully they'll be able to come back one day and see what they've accomplished. The practical side of things reinforces the information taught in the classroom, but they're also getting a real taste of what it's like to do a bushland type restorations. What the council's been doing with restoration of habitat along this whole Warburton rail trail is fantastic, so we're just adding to that and helping a little bit.
It's really important that we're making sure that all the woody weeds are removed, and then after that we go in with some young plants and just plant them and make sure that they're protected from the environment.
What I've enjoyed most is getting to see how we're connecting up existing remnant vegetation and creating new habitat corridors. In these kind of populated, almost on the fringes of urban areas, a lot of the remnant bushland that's left is really fragmented, and it's leading to a real decline in genetic diversity in the plant species in them. And by creating these corridors, connecting them, we enable gene flow between those populations. Well, at Candlebark Community Nursery, I volunteered there about 4 days a week. So at Candlebark, all of these plants were sourced from the local area, ensuring that they're adapted for this site. And by reintroducing the vegetation that was originally here, we create habitat for the animals and insects that originally would be here.
Just good to see the procedures that the council take, the steps they took to get to where they are, and primarily why and what they use to help revegetate the areas and help for the natural wildlife. So, just nice to do something a bit more productive. Feel like we can at least actually help the council out a bit.
The nesting boxes are such an exciting program to even be a part of. A lot of stuff need hollows in order to breed and live. Because we have less of those, we need nest boxes just to help some animals have a little less competition for those really integral breeding grounds. When we were checking the nest boxes, we actually found a few really interesting things. There were some European bees, 2 adult paired possums.
We found some European honeybees, some ringtail possums, and a couple of the boxes with fresh eucalypt leaves. It was really, really interesting, actually.
I found a few wood ducks, surprisingly. I didn't expect to see any out there, and I'm pretty sure we found a few ringtail possums and stuff, but primarily bees and a bit of leaf litter.
It's been really exciting learning a lot about the local area, especially, I think he said we had long-nosed bandicoots, which is something that I didn't know. And I think, some plant ID, which is always super good to be learning,
Getting to work with the council is always fantastic. Getting to see what we do actually in action and have a real impact.
We've just put in about 1,200 plants across the trail at sites that we've prepared across the year with our contractors. We've targeted weeds to make sure that the area is all set up, and then we put in the plants that have come from a local Indigenous nursery. The students have been really good to work with. They're really passionate, interested in what they're doing and want to learn, and it's nice to be able to work with people who will be the next environmental practitioners, the next generation to come. The work we're doing today is co-funded between Yarra Ranges Council and Melbourne Water through a series of grants programs, and that helps to deliver Council's environment strategy and Melbourne Water's Healthy Waters waterway strategy. We treat the rail trail as a wildlife corridor, and so part of what we're doing is trying to plug in those gaps where the habitat's missing. And eventually we'll get it all up and greened, and it'll be a great spot for animals to travel through.